Thank you, everyone. Thanks again, Father David, for your moderation of this panel. I'd like to welcome now Franca Pellegrini, who has been our partner. It's been a long process getting here, so we're happy to have here finally in Rome. And Franca is the director of the Global Freedom Network, which is the faith, let's say, the faith branch of Walk Free, and she has led GFN through these last 4 years. One of the big things which she's in charge of, and she will be continuing after here through a series of visits in Africa, is to get commitments from governments and from faith leaders to fight modern slavery, signing declarations to this effect. And very interesting thing which she has spearheaded in these last few months is a new app which she'll talk about. Welcome.
Thank you, Father René. So, Catherine, my colleague, yesterday spoke a little bit about Walk Free and the Global Slavery Index, but I'll just touch on, again, for people that weren't here yesterday. So, Walk Free is an international human rights group, and we work to accelerate the eradication of modern slavery in all its forms. And one of our biggest product is the Global Slavery Index, the world's leading data set on the prevalence of modern slavery and efforts to eradicate it. So we work in 3 streams. So we work with government, business and faith, and non-government groups to make modern slavery a mainstream issue. And what we mean by that is shining a spotlight on this issue. For example, just like climate change gets a lot of time in the media, that's what we really try and find ways to do that. We try and make modern slavery uninvestable and also unstuck the odds for women and girls. And if you saw that number yesterday that Catherine shared, that 71% of women and girls, it's a very sad figure. So what is GFN? Father René, is someone clicking through the slides? So just, thanks. Grazie. The next slide, thanks. Gianfranco, grazie. Global Freedom Network recognises the inherent power of faith and religious leaders to see into the hearts of their communities and the unique role that they can play to fight modern slavery. So GFN, as we call it, is the faith-based arm of Walk Free. This was founded by Andrew Forrest and his daughter Grace Forrest. And in 2014, the inaugural signing of the declaration was here in Rome at the Vatican with His Holiness as well as all the other major faiths. Since then, there's been 8 signings around the globe, including the first in Africa, Ghana last year, which Sheikh Shabu was part of that, part of the signing event there. As Father René said, we're continuing that. I'm off to DRC and Kenya and South Africa after Rome to continue that signing. The next photo you'll see on the slide is the signing in Ghana and the declaration book that was signed. Sheikh Shabu spoke about what they've been doing on the ground. So since then, we've done a campaign around International Migrants Day, which was 18th of December last year, and we're continuing that with other campaigns. The interfaith space in Ghana is very strong, as you would have probably indicated from Sheikh Shabu, and it gives me faith and hope just to see what faith leaders, when they come together, how powerful that is, and I'm already seeing that in Kenya and South Africa as well. So how else do we work? So outside of signings, we work in other ways. So workshops, conferences like this very important conference for the past 2 days, curricula, which Francis Campbell touched on with the University of Notre Dame, and then also another product of ours, which is the Faith for Freedom app, which was launched in Ghana last year in August. And this app is dedicated to faith leaders and their congregants in terms of how they can fight that, using it with a very modern and innovative way, such as a smartphone app. And who do we influence? We try to influence senior faith leaders, emerging faith leaders, so people coming through in their career, youth, as well as women, religious and faith communities. I'll explain one way with youth was we were involved with the Australian Catholic Youth Festival in December 2019. 7,000 young Catholics came to Perth, whereby Grace Forrest, our founding director, gave a keynote speech about why she chose this path in her life and how other young Catholics can choose a path such as this in social justice. We also had a Q&A session and a panel over that week. And obviously there's some of the groups there that we try to disrupt. A little bit about the Faith for Freedom app. So this app was developed with my first trip when I went to Ghana. I spoke to some faith leaders and some knew about modern slavery and some didn't. So it was about, well, how do we get them first to learn about the problem? So that's where we decided to launch this World First app. It was done in consultation with the advisory panel, Sheikh Shaibu's on that panel, as well as 3 other faith leaders from different faiths, so we can get their different perspectives. It contains vital information about modern slavery. It's got prayers, advice on how to engage and talk to your congregation, and resources as well of how to refer victims. So we never expect faith leaders to be experts, but then there's experts on there that can help them, whether that be a shelter, a social worker, an NGO, etc. So this app was launched in Ghana, DRC, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Kenya and South Africa, but we also have a universal profile, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, and that's in 8 languages as well. I'm just going to show a little video now of just explaining a little bit about the app. Thank you. And we just have a testimonial there from the General Secretary of the African Methodist Council, and they actually had a meeting with all the different Methodist churches from Africa in Ghana, and they used this as an example of how they could spread the word and learn about this issue. The next video I have is, this was filmed in Ghana with different faith leaders talking about the app and also the issue.
Hello, I'm Father Kwame Labi from Ghana. My name is Frederick Adetiba from Nigeria.
I'm Father Michael Mensah from Ghana.
I am Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabena from Ghana.
I am Reverend Dr. Cyril Gershon Kwao-Fayose, General Secretary of the Christian Council of Ghana.
Every human has the right to be free.
Free to make decisions about their own lives.
About the conditions in which they work.
And even who they marry. But too many people are not free to choose. They are subject to modern slavery crimes, such as human trafficking and forced labor.
We all know it happens. but it can be hard to see and hard to take action.
Faith leaders are uniquely positioned to see into the heart of their communities and play an important role helping those at risk.
The Faith for Freedom app is the world's first smartphone app to help faith leaders combat human trafficking.
It tells you how to identify these crimes.
It gives contacts for police specialists and victim support groups.
It can help faith leaders engage with their congregations.
It even includes suggested prayers.
The app has country-specific information and a universal profile.
Encourage faith leaders in your community to download it now.
The Faith for Freedom smartphone app.
Freedom in your hands.
Together, we can end modern slavery.
Thank you. So what's next? So later this year, Walkthrough will be launching the next edition of the Global Slavery Index, which Catherine spoke about yesterday. And like I said, we're going to be continuing the remaining of the Africa signing in the next few weeks. Francis Campbell touched on partnership with them in terms of the curricula, modern slavery, which is a first in Australia, as well as the Faith for Freedom app will be rolling out in more countries of deep faith and high prevalence of the issue. Thank you very much.